And good evening and welcome to another edition of the Ralph's Opinion Show. I'm Ralph Williams. It's great to be here. Normally this show goes on Wednesday, but I moved it to Thursday because I had a rough kind of week this week, and there were some things I had to work out, some things I had to do. I'm live here from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, my former hometown that I used to live in. I'm here for a medical reason, which is why I'm here in Pittsburgh. I had to see a surgeon in regards to the cataracts in my eye, and come to find out I had some other issues. But before we get into that and our topics for tonight, we got to pay some bills here. Our studio sponsor here at Studio 309 here in Pittsburgh is Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-201-0500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. And also, we are sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, and there's Mike right there coming up. Let me see if he's up. There he goes. Here he comes. Nope, not yet. Up there we go. Mike Dotson Realty in Ocean City, Maryland, 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. All right. Okay. I'm here in Pittsburgh, PA, and as I mentioned at the start of the show, I'm here because I'm here for a medical purpose, and I want to thank Pensman for tuning in. Pensman Sports is my monitor. He will be monitoring all comments tonight, and if comments do not, let's say, for the topic at hand, we will not have your comment will not be aired, okay? Or nothing will be said about your comment. So I just want to let everyone know that. Don't forget to like and subscribe, Pensman, as well. He has some very good material. He does some shorts on the New York Yankees. Pensman and I have worked together now for a little while. We work on shows together. We do the Steeler post-game show. We're going to do a Penguins post-game show also this year. And we're also going to be doing on Saturday mornings at 9 a.m. starting next week. Next Saturday, October the 4th, college football show with me, Pensman Sports, Leo Haggerty, and Brian Pettit. All right. We are going to be doing that all the way to the end of the college season, even through the bowl season. And then once the season's over, we're going back to the Saturday sports show. We're going to kind of intertwine these shows together here on RW Media Productions. And also, please don't forget to tune in to my Saturday radio shows up here in Pittsburgh, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. It's the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno show. We have a lot to talk about this Saturday, including the city of Pittsburgh and a whole lot more. What's going on in Western Pennsylvania? That's basically what our show is about. We don't talk any national topics. I let the other guys on the radio station handle that on their shows. But at 2 o'clock on Saturday as well, the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree. We break down the Steelers New England game, and we're also going to talk about the Steelers in Minnesota as well in Ireland. So you'll get our opinions on that on Saturday. All right, let's go into Ralph's opinion today. We have the good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump. We'll talk about that coming up, and there's a lot of ugly this week. I mean, serious ugly. The budget, just a lot of stuff going on with President Trump. First, let's talk about Jimmy Kimmel. Look, I watched Jimmy Kimmel back in 2016, and I had, this little sleeping room, and I'm out in the common area watching Jimmy Kimmel. And Jimmy Kimmel, oh, okay. Yep, there's Pensman. He says 9 a.m. No, it's 10 a.m. I'm sorry, 10 a.m. Pensman, 10 a.m. on Saturday morning, or the Steeler game is 9:30 in the morning. If you're talking about the Steeler game, 9:30 in the morning on Sunday. But Saturday, next Saturday, 9, it'll be 10 a.m. I'm sorry, 10 a.m. to 11. All right, let's go into this. Let's go into Jimmy Kimmel. Now, I haven't watched Jimmy Kimmel. I mean, I'm talking fully since 2016 when Van Halen was playing. Okay, that was the one where David Lee Roth banged his nose into the microphone because he was intoxicated on stage and drunk, like he always is. All right, he makes a fool of himself, an idiot of himself, and he does it all the time. All right, so he's embarrassing Van Halen on Jimmy Kimmel. That is the very last time I watched Jimmy Kimmel. Okay, the reason I say this is because a lot of people now don't watch late night TV. His viewership is only 1 million. All right. If this guy is, and the interesting part here was, and you don't see this very often in broadcasting, you really don't. All of the nighttime people stuck up for him, went to bat for him, called the FCC or did something, to get Jimmy Kimmel back on the air. All right. Colbert, Fallon, some of the other ones all stepped in. The union stepped in. The FCC finally realized what was going on. They decided to say and do something. Okay. All right. And now ABC, Disney had to realize they were going to lose money on advertisers. And a lot of you out there probably don't realize this, but advertising pays the bills. Like I need sponsors to pay bills, to pay for what I have, equipment, subscription fees, all that other stuff. Okay. All right. I have someone that manages my website. I got to pay them. That all comes from sponsorship money. All right. The more sponsors I have, the more money I make, the more I can pay my bills. That's why I always say it's time we have to pay bills. And that's because that's what it is. We have to pay our bills. Okay. But bills come from advertising. And when advertisers who like Jimmy Kimmel pull out, what happens is you end up with zero. All right. Let's say, for instance, I have Domino's Pizza, and I'm going to use that as an example. And for some strange reason, my show, which will be soon simulcasted across the United States on different radio stations, this show right here, all right, is about to be simulcasted across the United States coming up in the next few months. Okay? I'm working on that. And it's going to happen. All right. Why? Because I'm Ralph Williams. Yeah. Let me talk to you. All right. Okay. So ABC realized, wait a minute, we're going to lose money. So let's say Domino's, and I'm on a radio station. The radio station kicks me off the air. Domino's says, you know what? We're done with you. You kicked Ralph off the air. We like Ralph. You see what I'm getting at? So therefore, ABC knew they were going to have to eat it. And rather than eat it, they put Jimmy Kimmel back on the air. Okay. And now Jimmy Kimmel's eating everybody alive now. He's saying things about Trump, or President Trump. He's saying other stuff. President Trump wants him fired again, all that other stuff. Okay. We'll get to President Trump later in the show. Afterwards, on the way I see it, a special Pittsburgh edition, we're going to talk about some stuff going on here in Pittsburgh. All right. I'm back here in my hometown that I grew up in, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. All right. Listen to the song "My Town" by Montgomery Gentry. This is my town. Was my town. My town now is Ocean City, Maryland. Okay. And those of you who want to know why I moved and you're new to the show, tune in May to my show. All right. Okay. Thank you, JD. I appreciate that. Thank you. No, I did not get surgery, JD. There was another obstacle involved. I'll explain it later. Thank you. Thank you, Josh Dorr, for your comments. All right. So, therefore, but I appreciate your concern. Thank you. All right. So, that's the story with Jimmy Kimmel, and that's Ralph's opinion today on Jimmy Kimmel. All right. Now we got some idiot this week decides to shoot some cops in York County, Pennsylvania. Then we get someone who decides to attack a um, ISIS detainee place, okay, jail or whatever it's called. Then we get somebody who attacks uh, something else. There's been one shooting attack after another in this country. And I said this many times. Why? Why does this happen? Why is this continuing? What is going on here? All right. We all must be insane in this country to where we're continuing to do this. All right. And I've said this many times. I'm going to say it again. There's 641 jobs available in Georgia at the Mitsubishi plant or the Hyundai plant or whatever plant that was, where they rounded up all those illegal immigrants. Okay. In America today, what we do is we complain. We complain about we don't have jobs. We complain. We don't want to work weekends. We don't work holidays. And then you complain because all these immigrants and these foreigners take your job. Well, they're driving trucks. We shouldn't be driving trucks, but you don't want to drive a truck. Oh, they're mowing my lawn. They're mowing lawns. They're taking our jobs away. But you don't want to mow lawns and be out in the hot heat and the sweat and do all that. No, you don't want to do that. Okay. You really don't want to do that. So, All right. I will answer all the questions in regards to my medical situation coming up right after I'm done with the pretty much toward the end of the show. All right. Those of you who want to know, and I know you do. So now there's all these jobs available because we rounded up all these foreigners. And the interesting thing is it's America's fault because America doesn't want to work. And then now you have all these people out here shooting all over the place because they were upset about something. What we had that one shooting last week where the guy walked in, he was mad at his boss. His boss fired him. Okay. This, that, and whatever. It just keeps happening. The shootings, people getting mad. If you look at somebody the wrong way, somebody wants to shoot you. They want to kill you. They want to go after you. Okay. And I'm not putting any ideas in anyone's head. What I'm saying is this is what's going on. And it's really something else. All right. It's really horrible. It's terrible. And that's what's going on. Why is my question. No one's ever given me this answer. Why? Why are we doing this? What is going on here? All right. That's Ralph's opinion today on that. Next, the budget. Now, President Trump looks bad here. He's trying to get this big bill, this big, beautiful bill, put through the legislature. Now we have a budget. Now we have another budget crisis in this country. Every year we have this problem because nobody can work together here. President Trump is a big baby. I get that. I and a whole lot of other people voted for President Trump because we thought he was a changed man. No, in fact, he's acting more like a child than ever before. He's done some good things. Nippon Steel, U.S. Steel deal for Pittsburgh here. I'm happy with him about that. All right. I'm happy about some of the other things he's done. He stepped up. Now, and I say now, and I'm really angry with him about this. He keeps on changing things like he laid off federal workers. And let's get into President Trump and the good, the bad, and the ugly right now, because that's ugly. You laid those workers off, you fired them, and now all of a sudden you want to start bringing them back because you didn't like what Elon Musk did. Is that exactly where we are here? He keeps changing everything. He makes one decision, then he changes it. Then he puts an executive order and then he changes it. All right. Okay. I'm going to use a saying that I heard from a movie. called bad execution of the right idea, and that's President Trump. And it's looking ugly right now. A lot of things here are looking very, very ugly. But there's one good thing out of this. The economy is starting to come around. They say, the economic specialist people, the stock market continues to go. That's good things. Okay? He's not taking no BS from Venezuela. All right? And he told Venezuela, well, he says, I don't want any more drugs in this country. Venezuela continues the boats over to our country with the drugs. So guess what President Trump does? He bombs two of their boats. Then he puts ships on the shore of Venezuela. Who knows? Maybe we might invade Venezuela and take it over. He wants to take over Iceland. He wants to take over Greenland. He wants to take over this land and that land. All right. And it's not looking good for President Trump. It's bad. That's bad. Ugliness. This budget. Okay. The Democrats, are they to blame? Maybe. But the Democrats are trying to fight for their constituents who are going to lose Medicaid and Medicare, which I had explained to you what Dave McCormick, Pennsylvania junior senator or junior congressperson, whatever he is, said, and I quote, okay, that he will not let the poor people suffer, which means this beautiful bill is making people suffer through different points of Medicaid. The only difference with this whole thing is you're not getting cut. They're cut some wasteful programs. All right. The Medicaid is getting cut to people who don't deserve it, who shouldn't be allowed to have it. And they're making new people who subscribe or who can work to go out and work. You got to work 80 hours a month. Special exception for people like myself who are in a wheelchair, who cannot work. I have documentation that says I cannot work a gainful employed job because of my condition. Okay? So if you're on Medicaid, Medicare cuts, things like that, but it's all about waste. Social Security. He's not cutting Social Security. I've said that before. What he's doing is he's getting rid of the people who don't belong. Some people simply do not belong. Okay? They don't belong. All right? And I get it. ICE is running all over the place. That's making them look bad. Again, bad execution of the right idea. He wants to get illegal immigrants out of the country. But the way he's doing it is wrong in some perspective. All right? Whether you like it or not, illegal immigrants are not welcome in this country. Not as long as President Trump is president. And a lot of people just don't like it that way. They don't like the fact that ICE is coming into their cities. We had an issue here in Pittsburgh, in Aliquippa, where an 18-year-old was stuck in the middle between some FBI people and an ATF officer. He decided to fire shots. The ATF officer fired back and killed him. Okay. All right, Pensman's back. Thank you. What's Josh have to say here? That's right. Facts is it. You got it. You got it, Josh Dorr. Thank you. All right. So the good, the economy, the stock market is working. All right. Unemployment's down. That's the good. The bad. Now, President Trump, here's one more bad thing we can include in the good, the bad, the ugly this week of President Trump, is the fact that he is now kissing the butt of Vladimir Zelensky. I think, and this is my opinion on this from what I could see, and that is that now that President Trump cannot talk to Putin, Putin's not willing to do anything that President Trump wants him to do. All right. This morning, I was watching the Today Show, and I don't watch it that often. The only reason I did this morning is because the TV selection at this place stinks. All right, at this hotel. All right. I have Paramount Plus. I can watch Bar Rescue like I normally do. I could watch a bunch of things, but I've been busy. I get free breakfast here, so I go to breakfast every morning. Tomorrow will be the first day, other than Tuesday, that I had an opportunity to really relax and get into a couple things. I've been running around here, meeting clients for different things, doing different things, making phone calls, dealing with this and everything else. All right. That's my opinion today. That's the good, the bad, and the ugly of President Trump. Next, those of you out there who want to know what's going on with my medical situation, here it goes. I came here because to consult with a surgeon in regards to my cataract surgery. There was a lot of unknown. I did not know what he was going to say. I did not know what he was going to do. It was all unknown. So I go see him on Monday, and he says to me that I have something called Three's palsy. It's like a Bell's palsy. Okay. And he said you have a nerve that is bad inside your eye, and you have a blood vessel situation, all from my diabetes. Now, I will come clean with everyone because that's the way I am. I did not manage my diabetes properly. Mostly because my first wife passed away, and I got depressed for about 3 or 4 years, and I didn't take care of my diabetes. I will admit that. Okay. But anyway, I have Three's palsy, and now I have to come back in January for the same consultation for the cataract because I need 3 months to heal from this. Now, I spent my whole Monday evening inside Mercy Hospital emergency here in Pittsburgh because I had to go there and get a scan because I'm leaving tomorrow or Saturday, and the doctor didn't want me to leave until he looked at this stuff, and the only way to get it done quickly was I had to go through the emergency room. So I go to the emergency room. I was there for hours. I didn't get back here until almost 11 o'clock. Didn't get to bed till 1 o'clock in the morning. Had to cancel an appointment with the radio station to do a couple things or to talk with them about some stuff, and I had to move the appointment to today. I took the whole Tuesday off. I slept in. I didn't do any programs. I did some social media work. That was it. All right. I have to come back here in January to meet with the doctor again, this time for the consultation that was here for this week, to meet with him in regards to my cataract surgery. All right. I will be going home Saturday. I'll be leaving here from Pittsburgh. All right. Sunday, I will be on the air for a post game show for the Steeler Minnesota game. Okay, the Steelers play Minnesota and Ireland. Starts at 9:30 in the morning, and also I will be present at my home by Pensman Sports, who is going to be visiting some relatives near Ocean City, and he's going to come by and visit as he has before. All right, I want to talk a little bit about the Sports Nuts. Brandon Keeler, don't forget about him and the Sports Nuts. They put on some great programming. Don't forget to tune into their stuff. They'll be on tomorrow night with their show. They do picks. They also do a lot of different things. I do picks with them, and I'm not on the show, but I do picks with them. Brandon sends me the picks, and then I do them. I've done pretty well with these college picks with Brandon and the Sports Nuts. Okay. Also, don't forget to tune into Tiger Stripes Media, and that is Brian Pettit. And he joins me every Saturday, and he joins Pensman and I once in a while for the post game show after the Steeler game. He has Tiger Stripes Network. He covers Clemson and does a lot of that. Also subscribe and like and subscribe to his shows as well. And also, last but not least, is Pensman Sports. Don't forget to tune into his things as well. Subscribe, like, please help us all work together here and getting a lot of things done here across social media. Tune into our programs and help us out here to get listeners and subscribers and things like that. So just to let everyone know. All right. All right. All right. Yeah, I know who you are. All right. Come on all the time. I don't know why. I don't know why you waste your time. But anyway. All right, let's wrap it up here for Ralph's opinion from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I'll be back in about 2, 3 minutes, and we're going to get started with the way I see it. Lots to talk about, issues here in Pittsburgh, some things going on that we can talk about here. You're not going to believe us. You know, Pittsburgh hasn't changed, which of course I never would have expected it to. So, but there's some things going on here. We're going to have a special Pittsburgh edition of the way I see it because I'm here. And let's talk about some of that stuff as well as what's going on here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Until I'll be back in a few minutes for the way I see it. Have a great evening, and please be safe. Stay tuned. Coming up, the way I see it.
Welcome to another edition of The Way I See It with your host, Ralph Williams. And now, without further ado, Ralph Williams.
All right, thank you, and welcome to another edition of The Way I See It. I am Ralph Williams, and this is the second part of our two-show hour. Here, we're usually on Wednesday nights at 7:30, but I moved it to tonight because of prior obligations I had yesterday, and I had to move my schedule around because of my medical activities that I had to take care of here in Pittsburgh. That's why I'm here in my hotel room here in Pittsburgh. We're in special Studio 309, and we're going to say our sponsor for the studio is Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, 724-2010-500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Call them today. Furnaces I'm telling you, winter's coming, and don't get stuck in the lurch not having a good furnace. Western Pennsylvania's best heating and air conditioning company, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning, snow melt, UV lighting, and a whole lot more. Call them today, 724-2010-500, Mata Heating and Air Conditioning. Also, we're sponsored by Mike Dotson Realty, Ocean City, Maryland. Area code 410-596-1681. Mike Dotson Realty. Call Mike today if you are interested in buying any real estate down in Ocean City. If you're interested in a rental place, if he has rentals, he also has short-term rentals if you're going to go visit rather than stay at those expensive, pricey hotels. And call Mike today. He has that for you as well. Area code 410-596-1681. All right. I'm back in Pittsburgh here. Back where I grew up, back where my hometown originally was, and I moved to Ocean City, Maryland. So I come back here for medical purposes. I went to church on Sunday. It was a very nice service. Everybody was happy to see my wife and I. My mom didn't come on this trip because she's stayed behind to watch the dog. But I do want to wish her a very happy birthday. 80 years old, my mom is, and I want to wish her a happy birthday. All right. So we're here, and I look across the street, and there's a homeless tent put up. It's a canopy, and it's right before you go across the Hot Metal Bridge. So I'm looking at this canopy, and I'm like, oh my gosh, really? For real? It was a homeless guy. And Ed Gainey, the mayor of Pittsburgh, said, well, I'm going to get rid of all the homeless camps, all the homeless tents. We're going to find a place for all these people. Once again, Ed Gainey lied, because here's a homeless person. It's so bad that the manager here had to go over to this homeless man, because there's a bunch of hotels around here. Had to go over and tell this homeless person, do not try to come into my hotel to use the bathroom, get free food, or whatever it is at the breakfast bar, that kind of thing, because I will have you arrested. Okay? Do not trespass on my property, which, of course, that's a good idea. I find that very nice that he did that. What he did was he took and did damage control, because if that homeless person would have came into any of one of these hotels around here and wanted to have free breakfast, which he doesn't belong, all right, or if he wanted to come in here to go to the bathroom, it's not his to go to. It's for the guests. It's for the public who are here to visit. They have conference rooms here, so people come in to the conference room. They want to use the bathroom. That's what it's for. All right. It's not for homeless people to just walk in and use the bathroom. All right. So that's still going on around here. Shootings are still going on here. Which shootings are going on all over the country. We had that discussion on Ralph's Opinion. All right. But anyway, not only is that going on around here, we got idiot drivers everywhere. Ocean City, one thing I will give Ocean City credit for is that the drivers there, they know how to drive. They know how to use a turn signal. They know how to, there's not a lot of people that do any of that stuff. All right. I got people jumping in front of me at the breakfast bar, acting like the breakfast is going to go away. All right. I had a lady yesterday. I'm holding an English muffin in my hand. And what does she ask me? Am I using a waffle maker? I'm talking to somebody about my shows and about what I'm doing here and about my YouTube channel. And I got an English muffin in my hand that I'm getting ready to put in the toaster. And she says, are you using the waffle maker? Okay. What has happened to common sense? It's gone away in Pittsburgh. Common sense here has gone away. Is it in the air? Okay. Housing Authority City of Pittsburgh hasn't changed. I talked to some people I know at the Presley High Rise over on the north side. 3 overdoses in the course of a week. Armed security over there, and they can't keep the criminals out. There's all kinds of issues with everything that they do. And tell me something, folks, what has Ed Gainey done about it? Absolutely zero. He's done nothing. Nothing. Okay. The lady who last year, September, caused a fire in the building that I was living in, the Caligari Plaza up in Allentown section of the city of Pittsburgh, is now living at the Presley High Rise. She caused the fire because she was cooking heroin. I know because I heard the county and the city fire inspectors say what she did. What does housing do? Instead of getting her out of the complete housing system, oh, we can't do that. Oh, she'll be homeless. Well, that's too bad. She caused that problem. Okay. Now, if any one of us did anything like that, we would be automatically evicted. And I'm not trying to play a race card here, folks. Please don't go there. I'm just telling you what I see and what goes on. And what I know, the truth of the matter is that the Housing Authority, City of Pittsburgh, does absolutely nothing. All their buildings are unsafe. If you're on a waiting list there, my suggestion to you is go somewhere else because their buildings are unsafe. You have drug dealing going on, you have criminal activity going on, you have all this stuff going on. And you know what's funny? Nothing has changed. Nothing at all. All right. Zero. All right. All right. Blake. How are you, Blake? All right. So there we are. Drug dealers, all kinds of people that are living in these buildings. And the Housing Authority, City of Pittsburgh, has done absolutely nothing. Not one thing. Okay. Not a thing. All right. All right. That's not Blake, it's D. All right. Okay. Nothing. Not a thing. The same stuff is still going on. That's why I left Pittsburgh. Okay. How in the world do you justify putting somebody who caused a fire in a building and sticking them in another building and they still haven't evicted this woman? And I'll bet you 2-1, the shooting that happened last Christmas, the people who caused that shooting by bringing this clown into the building that wasn't supposed to be there, I would lay $1 to a dime down that this person, these people, are still living in the building. And in December, coming up this year, the right before and after the Friday after Christmas will be 1 year. And it's 1 year this month of this fire. 1 year. All right. 1 year. And this woman has still not been evicted from the system, from the Housing Authority, City of Pittsburgh. They want to know why they have 200 and 300 labels. Now, today, Daniel Lavelle, who's the city council person, and now he's got 2 people running against him. One's a Republican and another Democrat who was a write-in vote, is talking about there's going to be 1,000 homes being built. Well, Mr. Lavelle, Councilman Lavelle, President of Council Lavelle, I would like to know how in the world you're going to get 1,000 homes put up immediately with the weather here, with the permits that don't get done right away. Okay. I know some construction companies and people that had issues trying to get permits. That's been a problem now since Ed Gainey took office as mayor. All right. And I'm hoping that when Tony Moreno becomes mayor, and I think he will, that the process of getting anything done for building permits and whatnot is going to change. Okay. All right. If you live in Pittsburgh, please. All right. November 4th, vote for Tony Moreno for mayor of Pittsburgh. All right. Because I'm telling you right now, if you vote for Corey O'Connor, you are going to get the same thing you're getting with Ed Gainey, but it's just just a little bit, a tad better. It's a upgraded puppet in the same play. He's just a little bit of an upgrade. If you don't want any of that, then vote for Tony Moreno. It's that simple. It's the way I see it tonight on all these topics. Now, let's get into one more thing. They had a discussion at County Council last night at their meeting. And for some strange reason, the meeting moved from Tuesday to Wednesday. I don't know what's going on with all that. All right. So they moved the meeting to Wednesday, which was last night. I checked the meeting out because I wasn't here on the air because I had other things going on. And by the time I got home, I was exhausted. I went to sleep, trying to catch up on my rest because of Monday and a few other things. All right. So what has happened is that they decided to move the referendum that they can put shackles on inmates that go from the Allegheny County Jail to medical appointments. By not having the shackles on, there's already been attempted escapes. There's already been harm to medical workers who refuse to work at Mercy Hospital because that is where they take the inmates for the medical procedures. Sometimes they go to Presby. A lot of medical people have quit because of that, which is affecting your health if you need a UPMC hospital, which is affecting your health because you don't have a doctor or a nurse, which affects your health because of this foolishness. And this foolishness was brought on by the progressive Democrats who are in office in the county council, city council, and whatnot in the entire Western Pennsylvania area. You see, our country is, well, President Trump is doing what he can to get it back where it needs to be. All right. You see, our country, when President Joe Biden was around, was a progressive country, and we can't do that. We can't. Oh no, we can't put. Oh, we have, and you have a homeless problem that has never been solved. Okay, all right, and it's all across the country. Tom is watching on Facebook. Thank you, Tom, for watching. All right. I'm live here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, the hometown where I grew up. Lived here for years. Met both of my wives here in Pittsburgh. My first wife, Janice, who's up with the Lord, and my second wife, who my sweetheart here, that's here with me tonight. I met here in Pittsburgh as well. We decided to uproot and go to Ocean City, Maryland. A lot of people are not happy about that, but I did what I had to do for my family. And it helped my health out. It helped my wife's health out, my mom's health. We're better than ever. Okay. I know I have some stuff coming around. I had to come here because down in Ocean City, they don't have what I need to get things done on my eyes. So I had to come up here. And I don't mind coming up here for medical. UPMC is one of the best in the world. Okay. At things that involve medical procedures. So that's why I had to come up here to Pittsburgh. And I'm working here. I'm here with you tonight on my mobile equipment. I don't have the normal equipment that I normally have. So I brought mobile equipment with me. As you see, I'm wearing a headset, which I normally don't wear that often. Okay. So, but anyway, Pittsburgh has not changed at all. All right. And I didn't expect it to. It's not going to change until Tony Moreno is mayor of Pittsburgh. All right. It's a special the way I see it, Pittsburgh edition tonight. I'm going to talk about topics going on in Pittsburgh. So anyway, they decided to put the bill, which a petition was circulated. They got enough signatures to put this back on the referendum. Should the inmates be allowed to or should the Allegheny County Jail be allowed to put shackles on the inmates when they take them for medical treatment? Okay. Everyone you talked to said in 2021 they didn't understand this referendum. They just voted on it. They didn't care. They didn't know. The information was not there. It was horrible. So county council here decides they're going to take that referendum and forget about it and send it to the Committee for Public Safety. Whoop-de-doo. Why don't you make a decision? You haven't made a decision on the clean air yet. And me and the clean air activists here are not friends because I got on their case about why they didn't support the Nippon Steel deal. Instead of sitting there crying and complaining. Now, you have really got to have egg on your face. And you want to know why? Because Nippon Steel now has decided to put $100 million into the Edgar Thompson Works in Braddock, Pennsylvania, where Senator John Fetterman lives. He was the mayor there at one time. All right. The first president in the history of Braddock walked on the soil there, Barack Obama. All right. So what has happened here? Now They want to put this back on the referendum, and what this county council do, they ship it out. But all you clean air people, every one of you, I don't want to see any more of you down at county council complaining about how they yanked their permits. You didn't give U.S. Steel all these fines and all that. You don't need to be there anymore doing that, because you didn't support the Nippon Steel deal. Your own president of your own organization came to county council and admitted that you have egg on your faces. The egg is so bad you can't even wipe it off. All right. I have a towel here, and this towel is for the clean air people. You want to know why? Because they have egg on their hair. They have egg on their face. I have a white towel for them to wipe the tears off their eyes, because all they do is complain and whine like little babies. $100 million to stop the pollution and the bad air in all the communities. And I told you the Nippon Steel was going to do this, and you didn't. And you didn't listen. And you didn't care. So you continued to whine. So here's your towel to wipe the egg off your face. Here it is. Clean the air off your face, or the egg. Clean air. Guess what? Ralph was right again, because why? I'm Ralph Williams. Yeah, let me talk to you. I was right again. And I told you the Nippon Steel was going to come in here and put a big investment. They promised billions and billions and billions of dollars. Not just here, but in Gary, Indiana, and Arkansas. They're now going to put $100 million into Edgar Thompson. They're going to put $100 million into Gary, Indiana's plants. They are going to fix the air problem. The coke works that caught fire a few weeks back or a month or so ago. All right. They're going to fix that too. Everything's going to be modernized. Everything's going to be fixed. So clean air. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Stop complaining. When US Steel is not here anymore because of people like you, who just the same way with the police, you don't want police here, you want to defund them, you don't like them, you complain about them. And now the city council here has agreed, and I'm going into this next, because that's the way I see it about Nippon Steel and the clean air people. So let's go into this next. I don't want Cop City. I don't want the police. Okay, I'm going to say this one more time, and I'll say it again. What happens if your daughter gets sexually assaulted? What happens if your son gets murdered? What happens if your house gets robbed? What happens if your car gets stolen? What happens if you get robbed or you get mugged? What are you going to do then? And it's going to be the people who complain about defunding the police is the folks who are going to have these problems. And then you're going to complain because you don't have a police department. They are trying. The city of Pittsburgh has to use that VA Highland the property, because if they don't use it, the federal government is going to come in and take it May of 2026, and they're going to build a prison there or a camp there to house the illegal immigrants that they detain. What part of this don't you understand? And I've just explained it to you in thorough detail. So now the city of Pittsburgh has decided to take $1.8 million and start construction work to use that for public safety and public works. They're allowed to do that. That is what that site is for. So the police, the fire, the EMS, public and anything involving public safety and public works training will go on there. Yeah, it will be comprehensive, brand new training. I don't like the police. I don't like it. Well, then don't commit a crime. When you're protesting and the police officer comes over to you and says, "Get off the sidewalk," what does that mean? Get off the sidewalk. You have no respect for anybody, the police, teachers, church. You have no respect for yourselves. You have no respect, none whatsoever. Well, you have none when you're screaming and hollering and crying down at Pittsburgh City Council about how you think this is going to be a cop city, like they're doing in Atlanta. Atlanta has the right idea. It's time to take control of our cities back with the police departments. And it's time for all you progressives and all you people who don't like the police to go somewhere. Get out. Go live in Australia, go live in Italy, go live in Russia, go live somewhere else. Get out of here. Get out of this country. Go. I don't care. All right. So let me ask you this question. What would happen? You, the one who's who don't want police, who want to defund the police here in Pittsburgh, who don't like the police, who are worried about Cop City. Do you want a thoroughly trained public safety? I do. I would. They're not trained properly. The equipment for public safety sucks here. And you know why it sucks? Because Ed Gainey took this money and he decided to put it into something else and pay his people that work under his cabinet downtown more money. He wasted ARPO funds like you wouldn't believe. American Rescue Funds. He took $600 million. He begged Governor Shapiro to give him $600 million. And where is it at? Why are the public safety vehicles not working properly? Ambulances breaking down. Fire trucks not working properly. They don't have sophisticated equipment. Is this what you want for your public safety? When your house is burning down and they don't have the right equipment and the fire truck can't get there because it's breaking down, is that what you want? Where at least if they can train these people better to the more sophisticated training, the better training. So what if they're training them like the military? I'd rather be safe, wouldn't you? No, you don't want to be safe. You don't care. You don't care. And I'll go back to the three major issues that I've had over the years across this country. Laziness, nothing, and nobody cares. We have a president who is trying his best to do everything possible to fix this country, and you're against it. He's being a dictator. He's being a king. No, he's not. He's trying to help his country out. Something that you don't get. The police department is an important aspect of public safety. And if there's no public safety, there's no businesses. Why? What would happen if your business got robbed? What would happen if your business got destroyed by theft? And then you're going, police department's not here because you wanted it defunded. You didn't want it around. Just ask Portland, Oregon. They defunded the police. Every single politician on council and the mayor, all the way down, all got voted out. And they got a police department there now. Okay? In Pennsylvania, there's a law that states that if any municipality does not have a police department, that the state police have to come in and take it over. And the state police are shorthanded now because of you. Nobody wants to be a cop in Pennsylvania or anywhere across the country because of people like you who don't like police. And it's worse here in Pittsburgh. I think that the city of Pittsburgh needs the National Guard here. President Trump needs to get them in here and clean up this city, get the homeless off the streets, get the criminals behind bars, get everything done, help the police department, clean up the city, clean up the litter, the trash, and everything else, make it a nice, clean, livable city for everybody. Because people are leaving here. It's too expensive now to live here. I bought a house down in Ocean City, Maryland, and I pay less money than I could buy a house here and have to put up with criminal activity. All right? And put up with criminal activity. I found out in Squirrel Hill, a city of Pittsburgh, $400,000 for a house. And that doesn't include the expensive property taxes you have to pay. Gas prices here, $3.46. I pay, $3.05. And some places in Ocean City are under $3. I saw that today in a report that I read. Okay? All right? No, I didn't move down to Ocean City like some people were thinking here. That because of gas. I moved to Ocean City for a better life for myself and my family. For me, for my wife, for my dog, for my mom. I got tired of hearing the fire alarm go off every time because some numbskull doesn't know how to cook bacon. I'm tired of the police having to come in and criminals shooting people that don't belong. All right? But see, I did what a lot of you don't do. You don't have the guts to do things. You don't have the you don't have the backbone to do anything. I had the backbone to do what I needed to do, and I did it. And that's the way I see it tonight. All right, just a few announcements. Don't forget this Saturday. It's normally the triple header of Ralph's Saturday, but this week, due to my traveling, there will not be the triple header of Ralph Saturday. So what we will have though is the two radio shows will be on the Saturday sports show. I have decided to change it. Check my social media platforms on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, all right, and LinkedIn. I will be broadcasting or showing you the new banner setup of the college football show, which we'll do on Saturday at 10 a.m. It's going to be me, Ralph Williams, Leo Haggerty, Pensman Sports, and Brian Pettit. And we're going to focus on talking about last week's college games, and we will break down this week's college games. And it's dedicated to college football. When the season's over, and I'm talking about bowl season, we are going to have a pre-bowl show where we're going to go over all the bowls and all the teams in the bowls. Okay. And then once all the bowls are satisfied, then we will go back to the Saturday sports show. All right. And we're going to be focusing on a lot of different topics as well. All right. But I'm going to intertwine them, this show, and it's going to be for the season of college football until we get to the Saturday sports show again in January. All right. All right, don't forget 8 a.m. to 9 a.m., 1250 a.m. The Answer, 92.5 on the FM dial, 1250 The Answer, pgh.com, the Ralph Williams, Tony Moreno Show. Best talk show in Western Pennsylvania on Saturday morning at 8 a.m. We are beating all the major stations in the ratings. All right, and then at 2 p.m., don't forget on Saturday, is the Sports Corner radio show with me, Ralph Williams, Smoking Jim Frazier, Claudia Rosano, and Luther Dupree. We talk about the Steeler game against New England, and we're talking about the Steelers-Minnesota game as well. All right. And don't forget to please participate in some other media platform friends of mine, including we'll start with Pensman Sports, who does a lot of different shows all the time. He's doing some shorts. He's been doing some play-by-play of the Steelers and everything else. Pensman is coming to visit me on Sunday, and I think he and I are going to do a little something. We're going to talk about a little bit about the Steelers, and he's going to be joining me at Studio 10. So I just want to let everyone know that as well. That's coming up on Sunday. And also Tiger Stripes Media with Brian Pettit. He has some great material that he does. He does a lot of fantasy football. He does some other things. He's also on with the Sports Nuts. We all work together here as a team. It's not like radio where everyone stabs each other in the back, but we have Tiger Stripes Media, and don't forget to tune into their shows as well. And also, don't forget about the Sports Nuts show with Brandon Keeler. Also, I want to congratulate these guys because Brandon and the Sports Nuts are now on the radio they're syndicated now on the radio. So tune into their show Tuesday and Friday. And also on Wednesday, I believe they do a college pick show. So you tune into the Sports Nuts, get on, like and subscribe, all these guys, help them out, help me out, help me get to my goals of getting a lot of subscribers. I'm already up to over 2,300 and climbing. Also, don't forget about to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, and also on other platforms as well. Most of RW Media Production shows are all on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, X, and the Kick Network, and also on the Huddle Sports Network. We have Sports Corner, the Wrestle Talk Show. I've been having some technical issues with them. I have been online with somebody connected with Huddle Sports. They're working out technical issues, not only just with me, but with others as well. So don't forget to tune in. I'm also, once in a while, I make an appearance on the Ken and Ken show at 11 a.m. on Huddle Sports Network as well. And Wednesday nights, I'm on the the football roundtable with Jeremy Ballrick and the Detroit Kneecap Biting. And I'm also on the Steel City Sports World show on Wednesday night at 9 a.m. You can tune into that as well. I'm also all across the country and on different shows. I'm going to be syndicating shows real soon. I've got some connections now, and I also have a radio agent So some of my radio shows are going to be syndicated. Things are going to starting to happen for RW Media Productions as well, and it's a great thing. One more time, those of you who didn't watch Ralph's Opinion and you just tuned in, or you're tuned into this show, the way I see it, 2 shows, 1 hour. I'm here in Pittsburgh because I have Three's palsy. Three's palsy is another form of Bell's palsy in my eye. I cannot get my cataract surgery until I get the Three's palsy straightened out. Now, I went to my surgeon to discuss the cataract surgery, and he said, "Well, we can't do it because I've got this Three's palsy. I've got nerve damage in my eye. I've got a blood vessel damage in my eye as well." They took a look at a CAT scan. They took a look at an MRI on Monday and found out that I don't need surgery on the eye for any of this. So the Bell's palsy will heal on its own. All right. So as soon as the Bell's palsy heals within the next 3 months or so, I will have to come back up here in January, not only just to deal with the Three's palsy issue, but to discuss the cataract surgery. So it's going to be a little while for that. But I'm going to be making a couple, probably at least 1, maybe 2 more trips back up here to Pittsburgh. Now you're probably asking me, well, why did I come to Pittsburgh all the way to back to Pittsburgh for my medical treatment? Because UPMC is one of the best medical, best physicians, best hospitals in the world, in the United States, in the nation. All right. They are the best. They have the best surgeons. I was given the option to go to Baltimore. I don't know Baltimore. I don't know people in Baltimore. My father lived in Baltimore before he passed away. And he told me some horror stories about Baltimore. I've told that the Inner Harbor is not a bad place to be. But I heard that and Baltimore's so bad right now that President Trump is sending the National Guard in there to Chicago as well, and in Memphis. Now he's getting ready to say, I hope he sends them to Pittsburgh real soon, because this town needs that. They need to start getting these criminals in line. They need to start doing something about some of the homeless here. And I'm not talking about putting them in jail. I'm talking about helping them out. Get them into some programs. National Guard don't just do military stuff. They don't just do security. We had an issue during COVID where the Brighton Health Center out in Beaver County had an issue where they were having all kinds of problems. So National Guard came in and they helped them in there. They went in there, they, locked down some things. They did some things to help the patients, things like that. Brighton Healthcare is no longer in business anymore. They got shut down by the state health department for scamming or dealing with Medicare, which again is part of that big, beautiful bill, is to clean up the scam and mess and clean up the theft and all that of Medicare and Medicaid. All right. So I just want to let everyone know that is what has happened with me and my medical condition. I'll give you some updates as we go. Please say some prayers for me and my family as we go through this thing with my eye. That's why I wear these sunglasses and whatnot, because I can't deal with the bright light in my eye because of this Three's palsy. But it's working out. It will heal, and I think everything will be fine as well. All right, so we'll see as we go. I have to come back up here in January for another consultation, so we'll see where it goes from there. All right, but like I said, UPMC is not a bad place. UPMC's hospitals are great. In fact, if I'm not satisfied with my orthopedic surgeon and what they're going to do for my shoulders and my legs, which I've lost enough weight and I've kept my A1C down, that I can start getting all my surgeries I need done. Because of my weight and because of my diabetes, I was unable to get surgeries done. But now, since I've lost a considerable amount of weight because of my move to Ocean City and the stress level and just everything else, I'm able to keep my weight down. I'm able to keep my stress down, and my A1C is down. So what has happened is that now I have surgeries, but if I'm not happy with them, I have an orthopedic surgeon that I was dealing with up here. He told me he would be more than happy to do surgeries on me if I need to come up and see him. Okay, if I'm not satisfied, because right now some of the medical stuff that goes on in Ocean City is not really appealing to me. All right, so if I have to make this 6-hour drive to come up here to get better medical, I would rather do that than not have it down there. You see, I'm not saying all the medical's bad down in Ocean City. It's great. A lot of it is good. They do what they need to do, but there's a lot of things that they can't do there. And I'm not going to Baltimore because I don't know those people. I know UPMC. I've had doctors. I've been to their hospitals. I've been treated very well by UPMC, and they are very good and professional at what they do, and I trust them. So, all right. I mean, if you live in Baltimore or you live near Baltimore, you know those folks. You know Tidal Health. You know Atlantic General. You know all those folks, so you trust them, right? Yeah. I'm starting to get in trust a little bit of Atlantic General. I got some different things going on in my life and the life of my wife and my mom. We got some different things going on with them. Okay. There's pros and cons to everything. And the pros right now is that they're doing what they have to do. But the cons are there's a lot of things they can't do. So I have to come up here and get things done. And if I have to do that, that's what I'm willing to do. All right. I want to get better. I want to get out of this wheelchair. I want to be able to do a few things. I want to be able to move my media company. All right. I've had the short end of the stick for a long time. I've had a lot of obstacles moving to Ocean City that have derailed some things I wanted to do with RW Media Productions, but it's getting there. All right. Until Saturday's radio shows, and Sunday I'm doing a post game after the Steeler game. They're in Ireland. Starts at 9:30 against the Minnesota Vikings. Pensman may possibly be joining me for the post game show. I have to get a hold of Brian Pettit and see where he is, or maybe even Smoking Jim Frazier. But we will have some kind of post game show right after the Steeler Minnesota game on Sunday. The game starts at 9:30. I believe it's on Amazon Prime, but somebody will probably air it for free. All right. I'm Ralph Williams. Thank you for tuning in tonight to the Way I See It here. We're here every Wednesday, but I had to move it to Thursday because of other obligations. Okay. And I had some things going. I had to move some things that I had going on Tuesday because I took Tuesday off because I was totally just tired out from the ordeal at the Mercy Emergency Room here in Pittsburgh. I was there for many hours. I was tired. I was hungry. I didn't take my medication. I had to get back to the room here and get things done. And so I was behind the 8 ball. So Tuesday I took off. I slept all day. I relaxed. I had a great time. I had to have one of my best friends really lean into me about my health. And I have to you have to understand too that your health is the one thing that you need to worry about as well as your family. I wanted to make what's best for my family, so we moved to Ocean City. Now I have to worry about my health. I can't put my health to the side anymore for everything. I will shut down RW Media Productions if my health is bad. I will shut it down to get my health better and focus on that. That is what you need to do as well. Focus on your health. It's the most important thing you could have. Your body works like a car. The heart is the motor. You got the lungs is maybe the serpentine belt or whatever. Okay. You have the engine block. You got the transmission. You got all that stuff in a car. When it breaks down, what do? You get it fixed. When your body breaks down, what do? You go to the doctor. You go to the hospital. Okay. But if you don't want the car to be in the repair shop all the time, what do? You change the oil. You change the transmission fluid. You change the antifreeze. Okay. You make sure your car is in good shape. Take care of your car. What happens? The car takes care of you. Take care of your body will take care of you. All right. It's the same thing. All right. So I will do whatever it takes to take care of my health and my family before I worry about anything else. And I had to learn that and I had to understand that on Monday because I was prepared to leave from Mercy Emergency that night and come back here to my hotel room, not get to bed till 1 o'clock in the morning. I had other obligations in the morning. My best friend called me up and he said, I will cancel this. We don't need to meet. I said, listen, I want to meet with you. I haven't seen you in a long time. I want to meet with you. I will be there. I'll be there in the morning. I don't care if I got to drag my butt in there. I will be there. And you know what he said to me? He actually got angry with me and said, you need to worry about your health. I'm canceling this, whether you like it or not. And he stuck up for me. My best friend, one of my best friends. We're like brothers, okay? And I had to see that. My wife's been telling me that for years. You need to worry about your health. I cut my schedule back on my media stuff. And it's worked out because I can't, I'm still working on things on my house. If you saw some of the pictures of the aluminum siding I'm having put on my house, okay, that I posted on social media. I've been fixing things. I've been putting things together, trying to make a better life for my family. And I'm doing it. We're doing it. It takes time. President Trump always says it takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. I'm trying to manage my health. I'm trying to manage my production company. I'm trying to get back at the way I was treated here in Pittsburgh by the media. I'm trying to stick it to them like they stuck it to me. And it's going to happen. It might take time, but it's going to happen. All right. And I will guarantee you that sticking will not happen again. Because you know why? I'm going to stick back. And it's going to be worse than the way they stuck me. All right. All right. I'm Ralph Williams. This has been The Way I See It. Until next Wednesday, please be safe. Have yourself a great night. Thank you.